Video games have gone from revolutionary masterpieces to high-stakes corporate gambles. What once felt like an escape into new worlds is now littered with microtransactions, unfinished launches, and broken promises. So, what really happened? From skyrocketing budgets to aggressive monetization, we're diving deep into how the video game industry lost its way and what it means for players, developers, and the future of gaming. The video game industry is facing challenges due to aggressive monetization strategies, a focus on sequels and safe choices, and the dominance of large corporations. This has led to a shift from player enjoyment to profit generation, compromising gameplay quality and developers' well-being. High production costs and constant updates have resulted in overburdened teams and incomplete games, damaging consumer trust. This has sparked frustration among gamers seeking a revival of creativity and authenticity. Monetization overload. Microtransactions and loot boxes, initially designed as optional features, have become significant revenue streams for gaming companies, often surpassing game sales. This is evident in popular titles like Fortnite and FIFA, where in-game purchases generate billions of dollars annually. However, the introduction of pay-to-win mechanics has led to player dissatisfaction, creating an uneven playing field. Legal and ethical implications. In response to growing concerns, several countries, including Belgium, have taken a firm stance by categorizing loot boxes as a form of gambling, leading to fines or outright bans on their use. This regulatory scrutiny places additional pressure on game developers who depend on these monetization strategies, igniting a broader conversation about the morality of such practices, particularly in relation to younger audiences who may be more susceptible to these influences. Crunch culture and exploitative labor practices. The toll of development on human resources is significant, as the phenomenon of crunch culture extends beyond just smaller studios and permeates even the largest players in the gaming industry. Major companies such as Rockstar, Epic Games, and CD Projekt Red have come under fire for their persistent use of crunch, which has resulted in a workforce plagued by burnout, deteriorating personal relationships, and various mental health challenges stemming from the demanding work atmosphere. The high-pressure environment and the unpredictability associated with project-based contracts contribute to a troubling trend of high turnover rates and a drain of talent within the industry. Skilled developers often find themselves seeking opportunities in sectors that offer more stable and supportive working conditions, leading to a significant loss of experienced professionals. This exodus not only affects the workforce but also diminishes the overall quality and depth of expertise that seasoned individuals bring to game development. Franchise fatigue and lack of innovation. The reliance of major studios on established franchises stems from the soaring costs associated with game development, where AAA titles can demand investments reaching into the hundreds of millions. This financial reality leads studios to favor well-known franchises such as Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, and Madden NFL, which come with built-in audiences and a level of market security that new, untested concepts simply cannot guarantee. However, this trend towards sequels and reboots can create a sense of stagnation within the gaming industry. Many gamers are beginning to feel fatigued by repetitive gameplay mechanics and predictable narratives. In contrast, some of the most innovative and critically acclaimed titles in recent years, such as Hades and Celeste, have emerged from independent developers who are free to explore bold ideas and creative risks without the constraints of corporate oversight, demonstrating that fresh concepts can still captivate and engage players in meaningful ways. Broken launches and over-reliance on patches. The challenge of hasty game releases. In the competitive landscape of video game publishing, many companies prioritize meeting financial targets, which often results in hastily launched titles aimed at capitalizing on holiday sales or quarterly earnings. Notable examples such as Cyberpunk 2077 and Battlefield 2042 have encountered intense criticism due to their problematic launches, characterized by numerous bugs, crashes, and absent features. This not only frustrates gamers, but can also inflict lasting harm on the studio's reputations, making it difficult for them to regain consumer trust. The rise of Day 1 patches and ongoing updates has shifted player expectations, leading to disillusionment and increased wariness about pre-ordering future titles. Many feel they're testing unfinished products, paying full price for unfinished products. This has resulted in decreased satisfaction levels and increased caution about investing in games that may not meet their initial expectations. Hyper-realistic graphics over gameplay depth. Game development budgets often prioritize graphics, consuming significant financial resources. This can limit investment in gameplay mechanics, narrative depth, and player engagement. Titles like The Last of Us Part 2 demonstrate this trend, requiring extensive development time and financial commitment, leading to challenges in meeting deadlines and budget management. The emphasis on hyper-realistic graphics can sometimes detract from the essence of gameplay innovation, leading to a loss of creativity in game design. Many players have noted that games featuring more stylized art, such as The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, tend to provide more fulfilling experiences by prioritizing innovative gameplay elements over mere visual realism. This shift in focus allows developers to explore unique mechanics and storytelling techniques, ultimately enriching the player's journey and engagement with the game. Market saturation and overwhelming competition. The gaming landscape is inundated with a staggering number of releases each month on platforms such as Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and the Nintendo eShop, creating a challenging environment for any individual game to gain recognition. Major AAA titles command substantial marketing budgets, overshadowing indie games that typically operate with far more limited resources, making it increasingly difficult for these smaller projects to attract the attention they deserve. For indie developers, the struggle to differentiate their games in this saturated market can be daunting, often threatening their very survival. Although avenues like digital distribution and crowdfunding platforms such as Kickstarter have provided some opportunities for success, a significant number of high-quality indie games remain overlooked, lost in the noise of countless releases and lacking the visibility needed to thrive. Increasing cost for consumers. Game pricing has shifted significantly, with many new releases now starting at $70, which can be challenging for gamers due to extra costs for DLC and in-game purchases. Subscription services like Xbox Game Pass offer budget-friendly options, but raise concerns about long-term game ownership. As the gaming industry increasingly embraces digital-only releases, the issue of digital rights management, DRM, has come to the forefront, sparking a wave of concern among players. Although DRM is designed to combat piracy, it often creates hurdles for legitimate users, such as restricting access to games during server outages or when a service provider ceases operations. This duality of purpose highlights the tension between protecting intellectual property and ensuring a seamless gaming experience for consumers. Lack of diversity and representation. The standardization of narratives and viewpoints in gaming continues to evolve, with representation in character diversity and cultural storytelling still being a significant area for improvement. Although titles such as Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and The Last of Us Part 2 have garnered positive attention for their inclusive approaches, the gaming industry predominantly reflects a narrow range of perspectives. Moreover, the lack of diversity within many game development studios plays a crucial role in shaping the types of games that are created and the viewpoints they convey. This has sparked a growing movement among both developers and gamers advocating for the inclusion of voices from marginalized communities, aiming to craft experiences that resonate with a broader and more varied audience. The future of the industry. The gaming industry is undergoing a movement to improve working conditions and consumer trust, driven by fans, indie developers, and larger companies. Possible solutions include unionization, ethical monetization, focusing on indie innovation, and revisiting development practices. Unionization aims to address labor rights, fair wages, and the need for fair wages. Ethical monetization involves offering free post-launch updates or avoiding pay-to-win mechanics. Indie games are gaining popularity as A-A titles struggle with repetitive formulas, attracting players who value creativity and player-first focus. Companies are also exploring new management methods, such as allowing extra development time to ensure quality over strict deadlines. The community's advocacy for better practices and the success of creative indie games suggests that positive change is possible, though it may require patience and sustained pressure. The video game industry may be struggling, but as long as there are passionate gamers, there's hope. Let's continue the conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay up to date with the latest in gaming. Thanks for watching.